Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey, and on this journey we are bound to meet all kinds of people. Some will uplift us, support us, and bring out the best in us. But others, no matter how close they may seem, will do the exact opposite. Today, I want to talk to you about the 5 types of people you need to cut out of your life, starting with the first one, the competitor. Now, don't get me wrong, healthy competition can be a great motivator. It pushes us to strive for excellence, to reach new heights, and to discover our true potential. But what happens when the competition is not so healthy? What happens when someone in your life is not just trying to outdo you, but actively working to see you fail? The competitor in your life is not someone who inspires you to be better. No, they are someone who thrives on your shortcomings. They are the ones who celebrate your failures more than their own successes. They may wear the mask of a friend, but their actions reveal their true intent. They want to be better than you, not with you. You see, the competitor doesn't see your success as a win for both of you. They see it as a threat. But they're not actually a winner when it comes to them. They will constantly compare themselves to you. And instead of encouraging you to be your best, they will suddenly, or sometimes not so suddenly, try to bring you down, to make themselves feel superior. But here's the truth. You don't need someone in your life who sees you as a rival. You need people who see you as a partner, a collaborator, and an ally. You need people who want to build with you, not against you. The competitor creates an environment of negativity, envy, and unnecessary tension, and in that kind of environment, growth is stifled and dreams are diminished. So how do you recognize the competitor in your life? They are the ones who are quick to point out your flaws, but slow to acknowledge your strengths. They are the ones who keep score, always making sure they are one step ahead of you. They are the ones who, instead of celebrating your victories, find ways to downplay them. Cutting ties with a competitor may be difficult, especially if they've been in your life for a long time. But remember this: your peace, your growth, and your success are far more important than maintaining a relationship that holds you back. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your wins as if they were their own. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not tear you down. I urge you to take a close look at the people in your life. Identify the competitors who are more focused on beating you than growing with you, and when you do, make the hard but necessary choice to distance yourself from them. It's not about animosity or ill will. It's about protecting your peace, your growth, and your future. The second type of person you should consider cutting out of your life is the user. The user is someone who is always around when they need something from you, but is mysteriously absent when you need support. They see your kindness, your generosity, and your willingness to help as opportunities to benefit themselves, without ever considering how they can reciprocate. The appendages below: the user often disguises their intentions under the guise of friendship or a mutual relationship, but their actions reveal a pattern of taking without giving back. They may come to you with constant requests, whether it's for your time, your resources, or your emotional energy, expecting you to drop everything to accommodate them. And because you value the relationship, you might find yourself going out of your way to help them, even when it's inconvenient or draining for you. But when the roles are reversed and you find yourself in need, the user is either unavailable or unwilling to extend the same level of effort. They might offer excuses or promises to help later, but somehow that later never comes. They take advantage of your goodwill, knowing you are someone who values relationships and is reluctant to say no. The user's behavior isn't just unfair, it's exploitative. It creates a one-sided dynamic where you are constantly giving while they are constantly taking. Over time, this imbalance can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, and even burnout. You might start to feel like you're being used, and that's because you are. Recognizing the user in your life can be difficult, especially if you care about them deeply. They may have moments where they seem genuine or offer something in return, But these instances are often few and far between, and they rarely match the level of support you provide. Users are skilled at making you feel guilty for not helping them, or at playing the victim to elicit your sympathy. They know how to manipulate your emotions to keep the dynamic working in their favor. Fine, but here's the reality. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, reciprocity, and genuine care. It's about both people giving and receiving, supporting each other through the ups and downs of life. The user, however, doesn't operate on this principle. They see relationships as transactions where their primary concern is what they can get out of it. Cutting the user out of your life is not about being selfish. It's about setting boundaries and recognizing your own worth. You deserve to be in relationships where you are valued for who you are, not just for what you can provide. You deserve to be surrounded by people who appreciate your kindness and are willing to give back, not just take advantage of it. Letting go of the user might feel uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to being the one who always says yes. But it's crucial to understand that your time, energy, and resources are valuable. You have the right to protect them and to invest them in relationships that are truly reciprocal and fulfilling. As you distance yourself from the user, you'll likely notice a shift in your life. You'll have more energy to devote to people and activities that genuinely enrich you. You'll feel less burdened by the constant demands and more empowered to focus on your own needs and goals. And most importantly, you'll open up space for relationships that are built on true connection, where both parties uplift and support each other. Cutting ties with the user is a step towards reclaiming your power and ensuring that your relationships are balanced and healthy. It's a decision that allows you to protect your peace and prioritize your well-being, which is essential for living a fulfilling and authentic life. The third person you should consider cutting out of your life is the blamer. The blamer is someone who consistently refuses to take responsibility for their own actions and choices. Instead, they point fingers at everyone else, especially you, when things go wrong. In their eyes, it's always someone else's fault, never their own. This type of person can be particularly draining because they not only refuse to own their mistakes, but they also make you feel responsible for their failures. They thrive on creating a narrative where they are the victim and everyone around them is to blame for their misfortunes. They will twist situations, rewrite history, and manipulate facts to fit their version of events. If you've ever been around a blamer, you might have found yourself on the receiving end of unjust accusations, or feeling like you're constantly defending yourself against baseless claims. What makes the blamer especially toxic is that their behavior creates an environment of tension and conflict. They are quick to criticize, slow to forgive, and never willing to admit their own role in any negative situation. He added, "This kind of dynamic is not only emotionally exhausting, but can also erode your self-esteem over time. You might start doubting yourself, questioning your actions, and even feeling guilty for things that were never your fault to begin with." The blamer often lacks self-awareness and maturity. Instead of reflecting on their actions and learning from their mistakes, they prefer to shift the burden onto others. This lack of accountability prevents them from growing and evolving as individuals. And if you stay close to a blamer, their unwillingness to change can hinder your own growth as well. You cannot force someone to take responsibility if they're not willing to do so. Change must come from within. And until the blamer decides to own their actions, the cycle will continue. Cutting ties with the blamer is an act of self-preservation. It's about protecting your peace of mind and ensuring that your energy is not constantly drained by someone else's refusal to grow. By distancing yourself from the blamer, you free yourself from the burden of their misplaced blame and allow yourself to focus on your own journey of growth and self-improvement. As you move away from the blamer, you'll notice a shift in your life. You'll feel lighter, more in control, and more empowered to make decisions that are right for you. You'll be able to engage in relationships where accountability, mutual respect, and healthy communication are the norms, not the exception. Cutting the blamer out of your life is not about abandoning someone in their time of need. It's about recognizing that you cannot carry the weight of someone else's unwillingness to change. It's about choosing to surround yourself with people who take responsibility for their actions, who are willing to grow, and who contribute to a positive and supportive environment.